Welcome back to the channel. The Australia 1984 1-cent coin is a small yet iconic part of the nation's decimal currency system. Though only worth a single cent during its time in circulation, today it stands as a reminder of Australia's economic and cultural history. The 1-cent coin was first introduced in 1966 when Australia transitioned from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to decimal currency. For more than 2 decades, it served as an everyday coin, commonly used in shops, schools, and households. On the obverse of the 1984 coin, we see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait, which was used on Australian coins from 1966 until 1984, shows the Queen wearing a tiara. It was one of the most recognizable effigies of the Queen and marked the end of its use in 1984, before being replaced by Raphael Maklouf's design in 1985. Surrounding the portrait is the inscription Elizabeth II Australia 1984, clearly identifying both the monarch and the year of minting. This makes the coin a precise marker of its historical period. The reverse side of the coin features the feathertail glider, one of Australia's smallest and most charming marsupials. This design was created by Stuart Devlin, the official goldsmith to the Queen, whose artistry gave Australian decimal coinage its distinctive national character. The echidna and lyrebird may have adorned other denominations, but the feathertail glider became inseparably associated with the 1-cent coin. Its delicate details made the design memorable, even though the coin itself was among the smallest in circulation. The 1984 1-cent coin was minted in bronze, composed of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. Its reddish-brown appearance made it visually distinct from higher denomination coins, and with time, these coins often developed darker patinas. Weighing 2.6 grams and measuring 17.65 millimeters in diameter, the 1-cent coin was small yet durable. Despite its low value, it played an important role in the decimal system for more than 25 years. Millions of these coins were struck in 1984, making them common at the time. However, uncirculated or proof examples are much rarer today and are highly valued by collectors. The year 1984 also carries significance because it was the last year the Machin portrait appeared on Australian 1-cent coins. Beginning in 1985, the obverse portrait was updated to Raphael Maklouf's design. For collectors, this makes the 1984 issue particularly interesting. It marks the end of an era in Australian coin portraiture while still carrying Stuart Devlin's enduring feathertail glider design on the reverse. Though withdrawn from circulation in 1992 due to inflation and production costs, the 1-cent coin remains legal tender. It is no longer used in daily life but continues to be treasured by numismatists and nostalgic collectors. For many Australians, these coins bring back memories of pocket money, school lunches, or jars of change sitting on the kitchen counter. Its sentimental value often outweighs its monetary worth. The Australia 1984 1-cent coin may be tiny in size, but it carries a large cultural and historical presence. It represents a time when small change mattered, and every coin in your pocket had value. Today, the coin lives on in collections and serves as a reminder of Australia's transition to decimal currency, its royal ties, and its love of showcasing native wildlife on everyday money. The 1984 1-cent coin is part of Australia's decimal series that has become highly collectible since the denomination was officially withdrawn in 1992. Each coin minted during this period is now a small time capsule, holding stories from everyday life, shops, homes, and pockets of ordinary Australians. Although the coin is no longer seen in circulation, it continues to fascinate collectors who appreciate its unique blend of artistry, history, and nostalgia. The 1-cent coin design was distinctive because of the feathertail glider, a tiny nocturnal marsupial that many Australians never saw in real life but recognized instantly on their coins. Stuart Devlin, the designer, wanted to highlight native Australian animals on the new decimal coins, giving each denomination a distinct identity tied to the nation's wildlife. The feathertail glider, with its delicate membrane used for gliding and its soft fur, was a perfect choice to adorn the smallest coin of the decimal series. Its placement on the coin showed Devlin's ability to turn small canvases of metal into works of art that represented national pride. The coin's composition in bronze gave it a warm, reddish hue that made it easily distinguishable from silver-colored coins like the 5 and 10-cent pieces. Over time, many coins developed darker shades or patina due to oxidation, which today makes each circulated example unique in appearance. The obverse side, showing Queen Elizabeth II's portrait by Arnold Machin, was the standard image for Australian coins from 1966 to 1984. This portrait is especially important because 1984 marked the final year it was used on the 1-cent coin, making this issue historically significant. Collectors often seek out coins that mark these types of transitional years, where designs shifted or portraits changed, since they represent turning points in a nation's coinage history. The large mintages of 1984 mean that circulated examples are still easy to find, but high-grade uncirculated or proof versions are much harder to obtain. Proof coins, struck with extra care and polished dies, display the feathertail glider and the Queen's portrait with sharp, mirror-like finishes that are a delight for collectors. Uncirculated coins, which retain their original mint luster, are also particularly valued and can fetch higher prices than circulated ones. Even circulated 1984 1-cent coins can be appealing, especially to beginner collectors, since they are affordable and widely available. Error coins from 1984, though rare, can make this issue even more interesting. Mistakes like clipped planches, double strikes, or off-center strikes are highly sought after by error coin specialists. The coin itself is small and lightweight, yet the history it carries makes it a fascinating object for anyone interested in Australian numismatics. It represents a time when even the smallest denominations were necessary in daily commerce, reflecting a very different economic environment compared to today. Many Australians remember the 1-cent coin fondly, recalling moments of counting out change, buying small sweets, or saving coins in jars as children. For them, the 1984 1-cent coin is not just a piece of bronze but a symbol of everyday life during the 1980s. It is also an educational tool for younger generations, teaching them about how money has changed over time and why some denominations were retired. The decision to remove the 1 and 2-cent coins from circulation in 1992 was primarily due to inflation, which had reduced their purchasing power, and the cost of producing them had become too high. This makes the 1984 coin one of the later issues before the denomination's end, giving it added historical significance. Holding a 1984 1-cent coin today feels like holding a little piece of Australian heritage in your hand, a link between the modern age and the decimal era of currency. It is also part of the legacy of Stuart Devlin, whose designs helped shape how Australians saw their money for decades. Numismatists around the world admire the creativity behind the feathertail glider design, which made even the smallest coin feel special. The coin also reminds us of the importance of detail in design. Despite its small size, the artistry is precise, with textures and features that stand out under magnification. Its durability is another reason so many still exist today, even after decades. Bronze was an excellent material for striking coins meant for daily use. While the 1-cent coin is no longer made, its memory remains strong among Australians and coin enthusiasts worldwide. The 1984 issue stands out as both common and significant. Common because millions were minted, but significant because of its place at the end of an artistic era. Every coin from this year tells a story, whether from the hands of shoppers, children saving in piggy banks, or collectors preserving them in albums. It demonstrates how even low-denomination coins have cultural, historical, and artistic value beyond their face value. For collectors today, the 1984 1-cent coin is a perfect way to begin or expand a collection of Australian decimal coins. It offers accessibility, affordability, and historical context that make it a rewarding addition for anyone passionate about numismatics. The Australian 1984 1-cent coin may be small, but it represents a rich chapter of history, design, and national identity, making it far more valuable than its modest denomination suggests.